Welcome to Paw Prints on the Mountain, brought to you by the Humane Society of the White Mountains. I'm your host, Mike Bosely. Joining me shortly will be Deena Pace, the Executive Director of the Humane Society of the White Mountains. But first, we're going to go into a little segment called Mike's Pet Peeves. Almost said Bosley there. Now, this little portion is purely my opinion, not the opinion of the board, the Humane Society, nor really anybody else important. It's just kind of my thoughts to you. What I can't wrap my head around is the math that goes into toilet paper. How does this really work? Like, is this math just like an inbred redneck cousin of Common Core? One roll equals this many, but then you've got a large roll, but then you've got the mega roll, and the mega roll's 3 large rolls plus a small roll. I don't understand how they really get away with this kind of... I want the person that does that math to come work for me and my business. You know, that my bank account be like, no, I don't have $10 in my bank account. I've got 10 mega dollars. That's like $381 per regular mega dollar. So really, I'm hood rich. It's cool. But what I hate more than that is when people have bad feelings or bad connotations that go along with the Humane Society of the White Mountains. Over this past weekend, I had a very traumatic experience. My vet, who I normally use, I've used since I've gone up here. She is not with the Humane Society of the White Mountains. And that vet was out of town, so I called the Humane Society to help me and pass my dog along over the Rainbow Bridge. And I will tell you, the heartfelt love from the techs that were there administrating the medicine to help her, you could tell that they were sincerely caring about my feelings, not because I'm a board member, not because I'm anybody special, which I'm not. They were caring for me because of the love that I had for my lab. And the love that was felt throughout when I went and took care of the charge for that procedure. They were kind, understanding, heartfelt at the front desk. One of the kennel techs was going through the front area and stopped and said, Mike, I'm really sorry about what's going on right now. And those condolences showed the proof of the love that the employees and the volunteers of the Humane Society of the White Mountains truly have. So when you think of the Humane Society as being a sad place, or that these are just roundups and the employees just go and get a paycheck, let me promise you, that is not the case. In fact, throughout this ordeal, some of the employees have volunteered hours. They have clocked out and stayed at the job because they love the animals. I truly wish that you could feel the amount of love that I'm still over bubbling with from this last weekend, and that was 4 days ago. But just know that those workers, I love you, I thank you, and they are truly angels in our community. So for your donations, your time, all your volunteers, we thank you so very much, and we look forward to continuing to be there for the community as long as we can. I'm done. Say something, please.
Okay.
Hi, Deena.
Hi, Mike. First, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
You know, I think one of the hardest decisions us as pet owners make is when it's that time. I've been through it twice in 7 months this last year, and they just never lived long enough for us.
No,
you know,
they don't.
so I'm very sorry, and I'm very glad, but it does not surprise me how you were greeted and how much our people care, because really we are very blessed. I'm just going to use the word blessed, politically right or wrong. We are blessed.
Very.
You know, our Humane Society is blessed from the top to the bottom. everybody that's affiliated with us loves animals. And we also love the people that love the animals, you know?
So to finish up that story, my friend was with me, and of course we all said goodbye to Sultry, and I pretty much left the room immediately, and Adria followed me. My friend stayed, and he pulled a $20 bill out of his pocket and handed it to the ladies there, and he said, "Thank you for what you're doing. Here's a tip." I saw one of the texts later. She gave me a receipt for a $20 donation in my friend's behalf because they don't care about a $20 tip. They want it to go to the animals.
That's right. We do not accept tips. If somebody wants to give us a tip, we take it right to the front office and we turn it in there, because we're not there for tips. We're there, you know, I tell this to people over and over. None of us out there will ever get rich. It doesn't matter if you're getting my paycheck or if you're getting one of our tech's paychecks. None of us will ever get rich. But the rewards that we get in here, Mike, can never be bought.
I truly have a greater understanding of that concept now.
Yeah, you sound like you do, and it's amazing. We are really and truly, and we become a family there. You're part of this family. You know, our volunteers and our community are part of our family.
Right.
We care not only about your animal, but we care about you.
Right.
We want you to be okay, you know, and when one of us hurt there because we've lost a pet or whatever, we all hurt.
I can only imagine. I mean, I'd seen the family tightness at the Christmas party, but yes, it really hit home, and just the amazing kindness and love that is really there.
And those techs that are our euthanasia techs are amazing women, and what most people don't realize is that when that final deed that needs to be done peacefully is done, those techs fall apart.
They did.
You know, they hurt with you.
Yes, they did.
You know,
they truly did.
They do. You know, and you know, we're so fortunate that we've moved so forward in our humane society, where when I started there, it's been almost 12 years now. I would consider us a very high kill shelter. The whole community considered us a very high kill shelter. We were. We are not that shelter anymore.
Oh no.
Our live release rate is in what the animal welfare world calls a no-kill. I personally won't say we're a no-kill, because to me a life being taken is a life being taken.
Regardless of if it's
our statistics are, you know, our live release rate last year, just so the community knows, is 94%. We're way up there in the no-kill. But we still, you know, as a service to the community, we do euthanasias when it's time. And you know, there's some cases where an animal may be very sick that we cannot fix.
Oh, right.
And their quality of life is not good. They are suffering. We have to do what's right for them, not what's right for us.
Right.
You know, when they're so aggressive, and we give them all kinds of time and work with them. And if they're going to hurt somebody, that's a liability to our community.
Oh, yes.
And we can't do that. So, you know, and if there's a community disease that could wipe out our whole population, those are our stipulations for euthanasia, and none of those decisions are ever taken lightly. And thank God we're at the point where we don't have to do those decisions very often anymore at all. You know, medically wise, we've got a dog right now that came into us probably 6 weeks ago. Young German Shepherd mixed pup was found out on the side of the road. She had been hit by a car over in Apache County. Somebody found her, brought her to us, and it was on a Thursday, so thank goodness Doc was there. And I just finished surgeries, brought her in, and she was actually bleeding from where she urinates from. She had blood coming out her. So we made her comfortable. Doc checked her all over, made her comfortable for the night, took her for x-rays the next morning, and it turned out both her back legs were broken, to the point where 2 days later we have done surgery on it. You know, and this is things that are an expense to the shelter.
Oh, yes.
You know, but we go that extra mile. And this wonderful young girl dog that we're calling Fern is in a great foster home with Sarah Middleton and her family. And she's out there healing. She's got rods in her legs right now till she's healed. We'll get those rods out. But she's in a comfortable medical home, and she's doing great.
And to think that Fern will actually, due to all this work that above and beyond just what a normal puppy pound
Right.
does, you're going to complete somebody's family with this dog when it finds its forever home.
Absolutely. And this dog's going to be awesome because she's living in a foster home right now, learning all kinds of house manners and, how to behave around people and healing.
Right.
But like I say, that's how far we've come. We're not that humane society that people want to keep that stigma with us. We're not there. We are your very friendly community, humane society that goes above and beyond for each and every animal.
And that's what really makes the Humane Society so special.
Yeah.
Now, we actually do have a lot of other things that make the Humane Society special. Volunteers, birthday parties or 50th anniversaries, happy tales.
Yeah.
We've got lots of, on a lighter, happier note, stuff that we're going to talk about on the second side. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi, welcome back to Paw Prints on the Mountain. I'm your host, Mike Bosely. Of course, Paw Prints on the Mountain is the Humane Society of the White Mountains TV show. And we do this every month. So you can look on YouTube and find previous months that may or may not. I mean, they cover all kinds of different topics, a lot of fun. So feel free, browse through those, share them with your friends, and now check out the Facebook page for the Humane Society and the Doghouse.
Yes.
So the Doghouse,
The doghouse?
it's in limbo right now.
It is
Not
in
like limbo
right now.
party, but like...
No. So, even though the Doghouse Thrift Shop is not considered an essential to the community, and we get it, we definitely get it, it is essential to the Humane Society for income.
Right.
But we are closed there right now. We are doing what we were asked to do, and we're doing it. So we are kind of in limbo if we're going to be able to open up the beginning of May, the middle of May. We're not sure yet. But what I do know is that when we do reopen, you need to come in because the guys are going to go in there a week ahead of time, and they're going to do quite a bit of remodeling and moving things and replacing, getting out some of the other, redoing the floor. So we've got some work to do in there. So this, that'll be done before we reopen. And then, of course, we're going to have great things.
Got to be a sale.
Absolutely. Les does sales all the time. But you know what? Here's the other thing. I also want to thank the community for hearing us on Facebook when we do the Facebook Live and stuff. Please, we will need your donations.
Right.
Just not right now. So most everyone's been really good about that. There's been a couple times that I've had to pull stuff in. Debbie and I go over twice a week, and it's not something that we have the room to do right now or really the time to do. But so if you'll just hold on to those donations, we definitely want to be able to get those, and get them sold for those animals.
But pay attention to the Facebook page for the Doghouse, so we will keep you informed. And maybe even give us some sneak pics of what it's coming along.
Absolutely.
Some before, after.
Yes.
Yeah. We'd love
absolutely.
to see definitely
Maybe
some
we'll
of that.
even go over there and do a Facebook Live of them doing the floor or
there
something.
you go. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Coming up with great ideas. That's my great idea. I'm done for the day. Cut. Now, what else do we have going on? Let's see. Actually, I got to back up. So, you rocked Arizona Gives. Arizona Gives was off the charts, phenomenal. The stories, the campaign, what you guys accomplished. Break it down for us, please.
You know what? First, there's a lot of people. Laura, Debbie, some of the writers in the stories. Really a big thank you goes out to all of them. My sister Dawn out in North Carolina pretties up our pictures and inserts them. And so anyway, we did. We had a goal of $20,000 for Arizona Gives, and that was what we budgeted into our budget.
That's a lot. That's a lot. What did you do the previous year?
17,000.
So you predicted, and I'm on the board and I scratched my head myself, you predicted to make more than last year despite this corona stuff, despite minimum wage going up, all of these hits, and you still...
Well, it's because of minimum wage going up and stuff that we had to do more.
Okay.
You know, and that puts more pressure on me. It puts more pressure on the people under me because I'm like, hey, we got to get this done, you know?
Right.
So we really then when coronavirus hit, I went, oh, this is not going to be good.
Right.
You know, and the ones that pay that price are the animals. But thanks to our wonderful supporters, we did above and beyond our 20. We did $22,301. And then I just found out we run an additional $500.
Nice.
Absolutely. So that's $27,301, and that is amazing.
Now, there was some, I want to say from a meeting or something, there was like 900 organizations that were on Arizona Gives.
Yes.
So there's 900 nonprofits in the state of Arizona. We got 22, the 5 I assume was like a prize money.
Yes, that's prize
So
money.
we got some 22. Where did that put us in the rankings?
So in the rankings, when I looked at that, when it was all closed, we came in 38th place in the most money donated out of 900 and some organizations.
Wow.
That's huge. I hope everyone that donated to us and everyone that's watching this is so proud of that.
Yeah.
And let's keep it up. It's going to be again next April, the first Tuesday in April.
Wow.
You know, so it's amazing.
Yeah.
We did it.
Congratulations.
Thanks to our people.
Your staff
Thanks
is phenomenal.
You know what? They are.
But
awesome.
it wasn't even just about the campaign that you guys did. Once again, this goes back to the shelter staff that made those stories possible.
Yes.
That made Arizona
And
Give
some of
so
our
successful.
adopters, yes,
Right.
yes,
Some
absolutely.
of the adoptees.
There's so many people involved in it, and then Laura sits down and proofs it all and puts it together a little bit differently, and so you know, Laura did a big handful in this. Thank you, Laura. She is such a great assistant. So, yeah, and so thank you to our whole community again, and now you know our fundraising can never stop.
Right.
Ever. And with this COVID-19, we have concerns. I don't want anyone to think I'm going into anything with rose-colored glasses. We're not. And as a board member, you know we're not, but we have to go into it.
Yes.
We have to continue to plan everything we have planned because until we're told we can't do it, we have to plan it. Hopefully we can execute it and get that money still coming in for these animals because we're not federally or state funded.
No. No.
So the next thing that we're going to be doing, of course, is hopefully our critter camp will take place in June.
Okay, yay, critter camp.
And that's a 3-week thing for the kids.
Right.
Different age brackets. We'll have information coming out probably within the next week or two about that. And then we have on June 20th, we have our 50-year anniversary party.
Man, I not only am I helping plan it, but I am actually very excited about it.
Well, you know, you think 50 years in our community.
It's amazing how much the shelter has grown, what you can do there from what was originally only baby done there. It's just, and it's great. The public, if you don't know, on June 20th, we are having the hours, we said
11:30.
11:30.
It's the annual meeting.
Yep. We will meet the new officers. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
We'll meet the new officers. Then we're going to have some food. We're going to have some tunes. We're going to watch some videos. We're going to meet some alumni board members from back in the day that are going to be joining us. Then we're going to start doing tours of the Humane Society. Not just the adoption tours, the whole shabama bam. All of it.
You know, that I always love that part because people just see the adoptable animals and they think that's all the bigger we are.
Right.
They don't realize we're bigger in the back that haven't made it to the adoptable yet.
Right. There's so
they're
many
going to get to
animals.
see the behind the scenes, you know.
Man.
And so I'm really excited for that. I'm excited that our staff, our wonderful staff, gets to be a part of that and do those tours and tell people, you know, because we're proud of who we are.
Oh, yeah.
We're proud of where we're at.
Right.
And you know, and I hope that the alumni, you know, talking with some of them, they go, my goodness, this was always our dreams to be where we're at now, you know, and they were a part of it all along the way.
Right.
So, yeah, it's very exciting. This is very exciting for all of us of 50 years of being able to serve our community.
Now, we have been here for 50 years, and we are going to celebrate that, but we are both looking forward to the day when we celebrate you not having a job anymore and the Humane Society being closed.
Absolutely. Work ourselves right out of a job.
Now, that being said, I have heard in Chicago that almost all of the Humane Societies and shelters are empty. We need that to happen right here.
Right.
We have been seeing an amazing number of adoptions, though.
Well, we have. We have since COVID-19, and that's because so many people are doing the stay at home quarantine, but why not get a pet now?
Right.
You know, so just so everyone knows, our hours are a little different. We are still open.
Let's go over those. Great idea.
Tuesday through Friday from 10:30 to 4, and then Saturdays 10 to 4. We've cut our hours a little bit, and we've had to do that because of finances. To be honest, without the doghouse being able to support us, we've had to cut a little bit, but still be here. We are considered an essential.
Yes.
Because if you've lost your pet, chances are the stray pet will come to the Humane Society, and then hopefully you can get reunited with it. So we are still considered an essential. We would be there anyway, taking care of the animals, whether or not we were able to open as an essential.
365.
Absolutely.
365.
So that's had to change a little bit, but yes, we've been very fortunate that people are actually looking for their lost pets more, and the adoptions. They're going, you know what, we've got the time. Let's train that pet now. Let's get to know it now.
Right.
Because it takes time for a pet to feel comfortable. You know, their world's always upside down. You know, they're running the streets, and then they come into the shelter, and then it's like, oh, what happened here? And then pretty soon they're going to a new home.
Right.
You know, they don't know what's going on. It all happens so fast for them. So yeah, we've done some great adoptions. We're not allowed to go out and do adoption events anywhere like Pet Sense or anything like that for the time being. We'll be back out there when we can be.
Right.
You know, but for now, and we've made some changes to you coming into our shelter. You know, there's signs out there asking, you know, precautions and stuff. And I will tell you, and I've told you guys this over and over, the shelters are probably cleaner than most people's houses. You know, the amount of bleach and sanitizers that go into our shelter every day is unreal, which has brought us challenges. You know, the everyday products we use.
Right.
Bleach, laundry soap, dish soap, peroxide, all this kind of things have become a challenge for us to get. You know, and when they do have it, there's limits. So I do want to give a big shout out to actually the Family Dollars and Dollar General have been very, very helpful in letting us buy for our shelter, you know, maybe 10, 12 at a time.
Nice.
So that's been very kind to them. Other people are going out, if there's a limit of 2 on bleach, we're asking people, buy 2. Even if you only need 1, please donate 1 to us.
Right.
So that we can continue, you know, making that such a great sanitized building. Every building we have. So, you know, and washing hands, oh goodness. We're dealing with animals. We're washing our hands all the time, you know.
It's just part of normal operating procedures.
Absolutely, you know, and our staff has all been supplied with the masks to wear. We haven't made them mandatory. At this point, the state or the, you know, federal has not made it mandatory, but at any time they have masks available. They can pull them out. We're asking them to do the safe distance. We're doing everything we can to keep our staff healthy, but like I say, I don't think anything could grow out there with us. I really, you know, I hope and pray that I'm right on that, but with all the cleaning and the sanitizing that goes on all the time, we feel very safe.
I will say, there is something that grows out there, and it's weeds. I pulled them a couple months ago, and they grow around the Humane Society. Lots of weeds grow.
Oh yeah, we do have weed issues. So if anybody, you know, wants to come on out and weed eat a while, bring your weed eater and help yourself, you know.
Come volunteer at the shelter and get your daily pollen dose out there.
Absolutely.
Now, we are kind of narrowing towards the end, but I want to touch upon Happy Tails. Like you said, we are still going forward with this.
Absolutely.
Now, we've just seen a huge Arizona Gives Day.
We did.
So I feel that we're going to see something very similar for Happy Tails.
You know what? I think you're right.
I'm very positive this is going to be well, I think it's going to be a fun Happy Tails, but that's because I know things. Tell us about Happy Tails. Tell us what's going on with it. What?
Well, of course, we already have been planning it.
Right.
You know, the key the lead players, like in the donations and in the silent auction, the live auction, all that, we've talked. We've all been in contact. And actually, Terry, who was the chair last year, is not going to chair this year, but she is helping me a lot.
Bless you. Love you, Terry. Love
Yes,
you, Terry.
she is talking to some of the key players like the Atterberries, Allison at Smith's, all these people. You know, we've got our raffle prize picked out.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Good.
So, you know,
We look
we're
forward to
just
hearing about
waiting
that.
for that funding that always comes from Frank Smith. And then, yeah, so we are planning it. It is August 29th.
Okay,
At
August
Charlie
29th.
Clark at the Orchards.
Okay.
And like we talked, we have to plan this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We have to go forward.
Oh, yeah.
Because these animals still need us. They still need us to bring them in, and they need us to do what needs to be done for them till we can find them that great home. And in order to continue doing that, we have to have money to do that. So
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am going to attempt to live auction a whole day. It's going to be loads of fun.
You do
It's
great.
going to be hilarious is what it is.
It is
It's
going
be
to
like
be.
Comedy Central, just make fun of me.
I know. You make fun of you. No one else needs to.
This is
We'll
true.
just enjoy
But
it.
it's so much fun you've got the dogs walking around with the donation bandanas. You've got adoptions.
In the month of May, we're hoping that we're able to reopen our thrift shop, our doghouse, and we're hoping that people come back and support us that way also.
That's going to do it for today. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you out and about. Be safe. From the Humane Society of the White Mountains, Deena Pace, I'm Mike Bosely. We'll see you next time.